two key arguments for you, I think, are the following. One, that the creation of modern approaches to building a brand began much earlier than historians of marketing have previously recognized, that they picked up steam really in the 1830s. So that's one argument. And then the second is that that set of tools and approaches didn't just magically appear. There was a lot of learning by doing and things that didn't work so well, and then people borrowing from one another as they saw what resonated. And so that it took decades for manufacturers and advertising firms to figure out what would work in a rapidly changing world with faraway markets and industrialization and standardization, all the other things that were going on in the 19th century. Could you compare for us a notably successful 19th century effort to develop a reputation for trustworthiness and quality through advertising of various kinds with one that failed miserably, so we can get a chance to see, how branding trust actually operated?
There are a handful of successful efforts that I could point to. The first that I talk about really in the book is the first trademark lawsuits in the United States, and that comes from British thread manufacturers, J&P Coats, and then Clark's ONT thread, as well as Taylor's Persian thread, which is no longer in operation. Coats and Clark combined, and they're the primary thread manufacturers of today. If you go to your local Joann Fabrics or Michael's, you're going to find Coats and Clark threads. So I would say theirs was a quite successful effort in that reviewing this first trademark lawsuit really showed me that the companies had already built brand recognition, because they were able to sue a competitor who was infringing on their trademarks and argue that he was stealing their goodwill, that he was sort of attempting to leverage their already hard-earned reputation and cheat his way into the market by kind of taking the short end by borrowing someone else's name. I also think that the National Biscuit Corporation's efforts are really illuminating when you think about successes and failures, because National Biscuit was a company that came on the market from a variety of mergers in 1898. And whereas Coats and Clark, for example, or Liam Perrin's Worcestershire sauce, or even Quaker Oats, where many of these previous companies had built up their reputation over a long period of time, the National Biscuit Corporation really sort of boomed onto the market right away with this product, which they called